I used to have a neighbour who was a psychopath. Clinically insane, they used to say. They had a piece of paper from the hospital. And she did some weird shit to us. So, me and my brothers, we used to jump over her fence. This was like a little challenge we did after school because we thought it was fun. So we jump over her fence and she had this little yappy dog that was really annoying. It was always barking. So we're like, let's see if it's really going to defend the house or if it's just all bark no bite, you know? So we jump over the fence and then we run through her yard and get the dog's attention. It chases us and then we got to get out of her yard before it latches onto our heels. So we do this every day after school, but it was only one of us at a time because if we did it too much, she would catch on and then catch us in the act. So it'd be like, oh, it's my turn to go today. So I'd jump, do it, come back, and then we'd just chill out for the rest of the night. But one day, I did it, and I jumped over the fence and landed in the yard. And as soon as I started running, the back door flew open, and the old lady who lived there came stomping out. She was stamping towards me like creepy as hell. She's like, "You little get the hell out of my yard, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." And she was like 80. And she was starting to beat the shit out of me. And I was like 10. And, you know, I was obviously so scared. I jumped the fence, sprinted back to my yard. And we just hid inside the house. And every now and then me and my brothers would go and we'd peek out the window. And we'd be like, is she looking? Is she there? Because she also threatened that she was going to tell our parents. And we were scared that we were going to get in trouble. So after that moment, we realized that this lady was not someone we wanted to mess with. So we stopped. We did not do it again because we were genuinely scared for our lives. We thought she was going to beat the shit out of us, like she said. So we stopped. But one night, I was sleeping in my room and I heard this wobbling of the fence. Like when you're on a fence and you shake it, that sound of tin being shaken in the wind. It was that. And at first I thought, nah, it's probably nothing. Maybe there's an animal. Because we lived, you know, towards the edge of town, middle of the west. Oh my god. That's good. So I just went back to sleep. I was like, it's nothing. Close my eyes again. I hear it again. And I think, two's a crowd. This is getting weird. So I go outside. No, I don't. I go to the window and I peek outside. And it's darkness. And I'm just thinking to myself, what the hell could that have been? That's something banging against our fence with force. And then I look to the right, and that's when I see her. That old lady neighbor was in our yard. And she's just walking across. And I think she was waiting for someone to look out. Because as soon as I looked out, she started walking, and she was looking me dead in the eyes and smiling with this smile that said, I want to rip your throat out. And she just trotted across the yard like this. She had a little smirk on her face. And then she was gone into the night. Presumably, she looped back around to her own house. Makes sense. I know I'm pretty smart. I'm a bit of a detective, but after that, I told my parents. I came clean. I was like, we did this, but she came in our yard, and I think that's a lot weirder because she's an adult and we're kids. And they were like, I'm sure it was just a dream, buddy. She wasn't in our yard. And then it happened again. A second night. This was about 2 weeks later. And she's in the yard again. Just walking in circles. And I didn't know what to do. My parents didn't believe me. So I just went into my bed and hid under my covers. And after that second time, we didn't see her anymore. She was just gone. My parents would sometimes drop eggs around to the neighbours' houses. And they knocked on her house and looked in the window, and all the furniture was gone. She just disappeared. And then we moved out about a year later to a different town, so we never saw her again. And I guess the reason I'm telling this is because it's a warning. If you live next to an old woman who has a little Jack Russell who barks a lot, and she slams her doors a lot, you could be living next to someone very dangerous. And you need to watch yourself.